Some of the most popular women's magazines getting into politics now. In September, Cosmopolitan began endorsing candidates, all Democrats. Last year, Elle interviewed Democrat Allison Lundergan Grime, who's running for senator in Kentucky. And Marie Claire has also discussed the 2014 elections, posting a slideshow on the women to watch, both Republicans and Democrats. But are these messages using the right voice? Joining me now, Katherine Timpf of the National Review, who I know has been analyzing these magazines and specifically Cosmopolitan. Great to have you on the show. Let's start with some of the examples that have come from Cosmo, which is the first one that has to do with Beyonce, where it says 4 is Beyonce's favorite number. Do it for her. What's your problem with this, Katherine?
Yeah, on the Cosmo Votes homepage, there's a giant picture of Beyonce's face saying if you liked it, you should have put a vote on it. 4 is her favorite number. Do it for her. And it's interesting because elsewhere on the website, they slam Fox News for using the phrase Beyonce voters. It would seem obvious to me that if you didn't like the phrase Beyonce voters, you would find something else besides Beyonce to try to convince young women to vote, which I think there are plenty of real reasons out there.
Right. Well, they're obviously trying to parlay from the celebrity attraction of Beyonce.
Right.
Here's another interesting one that I know that you had a problem with, and that was sending a party bus to a college campus. So it says, do you need a party bus, courtesy of Cosmopolitan.com, to literally get students to the polls? Is that demeaning to women?
Well, the party bus, they also said, is going to have shirtless male models on it. And they call a lot of conservative politicians sexist, but it seems a little sexist to me to say that when we have all these real issues going on, millennials are struggling financially, that what's going to be the one thing that could get them to the polls would be men with their shirts off, half-naked dudes in their face. I feel like we can trust women enough to think that the real issues are going to be what's more important. Okay. We're smart.
So another thing that they do is that they basically say some kind of snarky words about any Republican candidate, calling them troubling, an extremist who rails against the poor, an anti-choice radical. I mean, isn't that taking it a step too far?
It definitely is. The extremist against the poor is Tom Tillis, just because, for example, he opposes minimum wage hikes. And that's not being hating the poor, railing against the poor. That's understanding basic economics. You can't just pass laws and not have those costs be transferred elsewhere, such as things costing more, fewer jobs. So it's really, really not fair, and it's a little superficial. So I see kind of past it, and I think most women can do a little more research and see past it too.
Well, it's very interesting because a lot of people are probably wondering why fashion magazines are getting into politics and actually endorsing candidates, but that is the world that we live in now. Katherine Timpf from the National Review, thanks for the analysis.